Did you know that 60% of family men struggle and suffer with anxiety on a daily basis? Today, we're going to be talking about tackling anxiety for family men, fathers, and husbands out there that suffer with this on a daily basis. Don't forget, do not miss out. At the end, we'll be talking about 4 valuable tips that you can take away to help you. We are, after all, happy man, happy home.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Craig Man's a stress relief coach, and for me, I am a marriage improvement coach. And what we like to do is we like to help men, family men that are struggling within their households, to build them up and improve them. And if you are interested at any point, you want to contact us directly, more on a more personal level rather than YouTube comments, then make sure you check out our links that are in the description below. You'll see our Facebook links, so you can just DM us. Yeah, we're quite open. We like to talk to you. We like to help you through it. And if at any point you do enjoy this video, then make sure you leave the thumbs up button, hit subscription, and ring that notification bell. Don't forget, hashtag HMHH. Boom, boom.
Yes, as we move towards a more modern era with technology flying above us that we can't even start to comprehend, we start to feel anxious within life. We don't feel that homeostasis as fathers, and we need to start realizing that anxiety is basically a defense mechanism within our body to say something that's going to happen and we need to be warned. It's like an alarm system in our body. So one of the biggest stresses that we have in today's society is what should we be doing? Should we be more of a traditional man? Should we be more of a modern man? Do we be a merge? And if we do merge, where do we take most of the brunt from? Do we stay to our traditional ways where we are that protector, the leader, the provider, the security in the family? Or do we lean to more of an emotional state? Well, this is what we're going to break down today, because it's very important that men understand that it's okay to be more traditional and it's okay to be more modern.
That's exactly right, Craig. And of course, we also have things like balancing work and family life on this day and age. You know, it's all about father's got to be there for everything. But your employer wants you to be there for everything. You can only do so much. And that takes great stress as a father, because you sort of see like other people. You see other people and you try and compare yourselves to them. Oh, dad's always seeing his kids. He's always got pictures of stuff they're doing together. I feel like I ain't got the time, ain't got the money. Absolutely, one of the massive issues that we see in men today is that work-life balance, Craig.
It is. And this may be you, but don't worry, you don't have to leave it down in the comments. You can just nod along. Are you struggling to sleep at night because you're thinking about things that are coming up? Do you feel that society is against you? Are you worried to turn on social media because you'll see things that annoy you? Are you worrying about letting your boss down, but at the same time worrying about your wife and letting her down, or letting down your kids? Then you are not alone. You are 83% of men in the United Kingdom and 88% of men in the United States that have openly suggested that they feel anxious about doing anything from work to home life. So we're going to go through 4 valuable tips to minimize and mitigate you having these issues and to save you from a lot of hurt in the future.
So starting off with tip number 1, it is recognizing those triggering thoughts that are putting you into that sort of state of depression. It is triggering your anxiety. What you want to do is, when you start to realize your mood is low, try and think back to what made it so low. What's occurred? Is it something to do with work? Is it just the traffic driving to work? Has that put you in a sad state? Is it a reoccurring argument with the wife? Is it a bill? Have you been thinking about money? Now, a practical tip about how you can do this as well is keep a journal of these thoughts that you're having, especially when they go down, so you can start recognizing them. Because once you recognize what is going wrong and what's bringing you down, you may then start to realize that some of these might be in your control, where you can have a positive impact on them and making yourself better to then take away those bad problems from yourself. So that is tip number 1, recognize those anxiety thoughts.
Yeah, it's a really good tip. Absolutely something that we both do. So number 2, and this is something that we call create and stick to a routine. Now, routine, I say in a flexible way, because everyone's got different lifestyles, different jobs, different shifts. But the best way to think of this is if you've got loads of cars, let's say 50 cars trying to get point A to B. Now, if they're all going to get point A to B, but they've got no direction, and they're all just going to drive around, they're going to bump into each other, people are going to get stuck, and it's probably going to be a traffic jam. If we have a direct route, like a motorway or a highway, depending where you're from, or an autobahn, you can drive to that point, and the point of having a speed limit and a routine that we're meant to do, you meant to point at A to B. I know what you're thinking. Traffic's always a nightmare in the UK on these motorways, so it clearly doesn't work, but it is meant to. It's just, unfortunately, too much on your plate could be seen as the actual answer. So What I mean by routine, on a daily basis, plan things that you're going to do through the day. You don't shock your system then if you are going to say, wake up and go for a walk, to the gym, you're going to have a shower, all these normal things that you would do on a daily basis. And try and preempt that either on a weekly basis or just have something set in place. Two reasons why is number one, you get those small wins that you can tick off and feel good about yourself. And then if anything does come out of the bush that scares you and you think, oh, I didn't see that coming, you feel anxious about it, then you've got other things that you can do and a plan of action in place. The ways that you could do this is timetables, you can write down, or you can just keep it in memory if it's just a very simple plan, like for instance, get up in the morning, go to the gym, walk the dogs, go to work, do your job. Within work, if you want plans, that's absolutely down to you. Come back, spend an hour with the kids and the wife or whatever, and then to have some relaxing hobby time. Make sure you have a routine because it is a way that you reduce and decrease anxiety feelings.
Wonderfully said, Craig. Now, tip number 3 is make self-care non-negotiable. Now, this one I can't stress highly enough. I tell this to all my clients, tell this to friends, family, have self-care as part of your schedule because you absolutely 100% need it. You need to schedule that time in for just not only just like your meals, but you want stuff that's going to physically release some stress off you. You know, that could be, right, I'm going for a walk at 12 o'clock today in the afternoon. I'm going for an hour's walk. Do you know why? Because I need that sort of fresh air. I need to see like the countryside. I need to see something that is going to massively reduce stress, because when you don't, you'll find that or if you make a schedule that's just built up on work routines or responsibilities or something that you have to do, you'll see that's all you've got to do, and that's all you'll only think about. So make sure you schedule in those non-negotiable times, you know, however you find that. For example, myself and Craig, we're going to go and have a good old conversation, play some games later on, you know, before the wife gets home, and then I'll go watch TV with the wife. That is my scheduled quiet peace time, because I work a lot of time in the day, and that is absolutely non-negotiable. It's not getting changed. I need my peace time, as do you, as does Craig. We all need it.
And the fourth tip, this is a really big help for you men, especially because I know this is something that is not happening around the world, and it is open up and seek connections. This could be support groups, but I'm today going to break it down into 5 ways that you can seek that connection. Number 1, use your girlfriend or your wife. Speak to her, communicate and open up about things that you can share in the balance. It doesn't mean that you have to give her the brunt of the problem, because I understand that you're a protective man as I speak to you, but you can speak to her about the issues you got, and she might come up with some ideas and resolves, and then you can work together on that. Number 2 is use your kids. That doesn't mean, again, push all the burdens on them, but you can talk to your kids about certain things in life in an educational stance, and it will give you your self-perspective answer. So, for instance, if you're talking to your kids and you say that, yes, there's a lot of money going out of the bank today, so I'm not going to be able to take you out and buy that toy, or I'm not going to be able to do all this. You can explain to your kids why this is the case. It's because the money in the government's been robbing us blind, or whatever it may be, but you can speak to your kids about it. Number 3 is just a friend, somebody that you can, and it could be 2 or 3 friends, however you your network is, but just talk to them, speak to them about what is bothering you, and maybe they can have a joke with you, have a laugh with you, or they can actually be quite serious and just talk about what the issue is. You never know, they could be on the same page as you. I know there's been times when me and Tom's been talking about money, went back in the day, and we were like, oh God, it's a nightmare, isn't it? I can't believe all the inflation prices. But because we both had the same issue, we was able to talk about it and then discuss best action. Number 4 is typical actual support groups on Facebook, on sort of social media platforms, or in person, where you can go out and speak to a network and a group that are like you. I know that we're all trying to be in a diverse world sometimes, but having people like you around you can help when it comes to support. And the 5th one is that you can reach out for professional seek and help advice. This could be somebody in the NHS, someone in a hospital, if you really are getting to a point where you think anxiety is turning into a disorder. This is usually where it's become anxiety, then becomes into a disorder, so you have like an anxiety disorder. Or if you don't want to go that far and you want to stop it now, these are the sort of times where you can reach out to myself, Craig Madden, or Tom Cockrell, or both of us through our Facebook connections and links. In the comments, just say DM me and we'll get out to you, or we'll comment on your post saying how to get hold of us, because it's those times where you could have gone into the dark abyss of where you're heading, but sometimes if someone just puts that bridge, you can get over it. That's what we're here for. So don't forget, Open up, seek a connection. It's not weakness, it's strength by standing up and saying, look, I'm having a bad time. I know I'm strong. I know I'm resilient, but I just need help for this very moment.
So, in conclusion to that, we have talked about exactly what the pressures of society are causing us, and what is giving us anxieties, what can be bringing us down. But more importantly, we gave you 4 wonderful tips to overcome these sort of situations.
You laughed. It made me laugh, baby.
You may notice that I'm a little bit crazy, and that's because I've trained my brain to just be happy, to try and be as positive and motivational as I can. Because hey, you got to do what works for you, ladies and gentlemen. Myself and Craig will have a great laugh recording these videos because we all just have fun with it, but we also try and bring out a professional sort of front with you. So yeah, so make sure you apply these tips to your life, especially if you are struggling with today's pressures, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And I'll tell you something as well, like it is a wonderful journey that we're going on. It is such a shame to see such a high number in the statistics absolutely still struggling when there is a solution, and that's what we love. There is a solution, isn't there, Craig?
It is. And sometimes, exactly like Tom said, it is difficult sometimes when some people can only see a wall of mental health, a wall of anxiety, and just think, how do I get over this? How do I get around this? When you get to the other side and you look back, you can see the wall is nothing much than a step. And that is it. You just step over the wall. And some people, yes, has a caveat. It's going to be difficult for them because they've got more going on. But there is a way around it, that it is a way over it. So don't forget, you can reach out to us by commenting down below. Just say DM me, or you can put anxiety and we'll be happy to reach out to you in the comments and tell you how to reach us. Or you can reach out to us individually on our Facebook groups, and again, we'll just speak back to you back and forth. And we have joint programs, we have singularity programs. If you're looking more for a stress relief coach, you can reach out to me. If you're looking for more of a husband, marriage, frustration coach, you can reach out to Tom. And if you want that sort of family support, the joint of the both, which is, by the way, no different in cost or anything like that, you can reach out to myself and Tom, and we'll then sort it out. So thank you so much for watching.
Yes, exactly. And that, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscription, and ring the notification bells. We'll certainly appreciate it. Helps our channel. So thank you as well for giving us so much of your treasured time. We have certainly appreciated it. That was good downtime. You've implemented the tip. We like that. Well done.
Exactly. And not only does it help our channel, though, remember that it helps men out there that just need to see videos like this to remember that there is a way out. So to make them a happy man,
Living in a happy home.
thank you, everybody.